Hi guys, good afternoon again. This is a Vibin with Ashley Live Part 2. We were having so much fun for Part 1 that there's a Part 2. So we're going to bring Nelson Cade III back in the room. I'm going to ask him some more questions. He's going to perform for us. And then we are going to open up the room to Q&A. So it is 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. So hi everyone who's joining right now. And we're going to bring Nelson back in the room and finish up this conversation. And he is going to perform for us. So really excited about that. And that's about it. Okay, let me see if he's in here. Hold on a second. Okay, go live with... Okay, hold on. Just waiting for him to join the room again. Hi guys, how's your Saturday going? Okay, just waiting for him. Hi Sam, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Hello, part two, waiting for Nelson. Hey Sam. Thank you for joining us this lovely Saturday afternoon. Just waiting for Nelson to join the chat and we will resume where we left off. There he is. There you are. Welcome back. Part 2.
Oh.
Part 2. Thanks guys for rejoining us. Nelson, thanks again. We're having such a good conversation and I just wanted to continue it. And we haven't even gotten to the music yet. But we're getting there. We're very close.
Yeah.
So we were talking about advice that you received that has always being ready. And I think that's so important because you always want to make sure that you're ready for anything that pops up in your life. So what advice would you give to musicians during this quarantine?
Oh man, advice that I give during this quarantine. Few things. One, be creative. Don't focus on perfectionism. Something that I'm trying to teach myself. Like, this is obviously great if you can't go and just get outside for everybody. Make product. Like my lyrics book is right on my phone right now, littered with all kinds of just streams of consciousness because I can't get cohesive lyrics together. I'm trying to teach myself how to not be perfectionist because, like, I don't like being done with a lyric. I think it's and sometimes you just need to get it on paper, organize, just get it out of it exists.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely the time for that.
Mm-hmm. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Someone said that there's weird feedback. Are you on Wi-Fi?
There's weird feedback.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's just somebody mentioned that in the chat, so I want to make sure that we are all good.
Give me 1 second. I can turn it down.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Technical issues. We're Instagram Live, so there's always going to be issues, but...
How's that? Is that a little bit better? Is it like the whiny feedback, or is it like there's a delay?
I think it just cuts out. So people in the chat, he was just cutting out a little bit. Is that what was happening? Okay, it sounds like we're back to back.
Right.
So being creative during quarantining and just putting your content out there and writing and doing all that you can within these 4 walls to make the best of the situation, because this is when we can really utilize songwriting and practicing and live shows and streaming and all that good stuff. Now, the other day when you and I had talked, we talked about the 10,000 hour theory, right? And we were talking about why this is so important. So you and I had this really good conversation the other day, and I kind of wanted to bring it into the chat just because I think it's a good thing to bring up.
So if you're not familiar with it, the 10,000 theory is basically you dedicate 10,000 hours of your life in any kind of venture, you're going to be, at least journeyman. You're going to be good at it. So, songwriting is no exception. You do 10,000 hours of songwriting, and you're going to be writing songs by that point. Ed Sheeran actually had a really interesting talk about it. I really liked what he had to say. So he's like, when you're writing songs, especially when you're first starting out, like the whole perfectionist thing, he's like, don't be a perfectionist. You were as a songwriter, you first start, the water's going to be really muddy and gross, not drinkable, and it's just going to be really bad. You're going to be writing horrible songs. And he's like, that's fine. The whole point is to keep the faucet running, because eventually you get all the gunk out, then you get like a nice water, and then eventually it's just clear running water. If you are trying to be a songwriter and you do, it's super simple. If you want to be a songwriter, write. There's really nothing else to it. They don't all have to be good. You just write, and as long as you keep writing, you're writing through. The same thing goes for all. I don't care if you do novels or short stories. Like, no author is going to crank out something amazing after they haven't written anything. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
gotta keep doing it.
Right. So when you finally log those 10,000 hours, that's when you've actually become, I guess, a pro at it, because you're investing so much time in your craft and you're getting better and better and better at it. Yeah. So we were talking about the other day how you love cartoons. And so if you could be written into a cartoon,
Yo.
which one would it be and why?
Oh man, that's hard. If I could be written into a cartoon.
I know. I just pulled this out of our conversation the other day. I'm like, that's such a cool question.
I'm definitely more into animation than live action anything. So if I could be written into any cartoon, I would have to say, oh geez, there's so many animes. Like, I wish that they could just keep making Avatar: The Last Airbender and I could be a character, because that would be awesome. Or
Right.
I would be so into, like, if I could be a South Park character, I would lose my mind. Same thing. I think it would be a good character for BoJack Horseman. That might be one of my favorite TV shows of all time right now.
Now, would you want to be written in as yourself or as like?
Yikes! Not for BoJack Horseman. I don't want. I feel like I would be a funny personality in a lot of different shows. I was going to be written as literally Nelson Cade III. I have no idea what kind of show I would want to be in. I don't know how I can. I don't know if I would want to do that on a cartoon. I think I would like just some random character. I feel like that would be really fun, like Rick and Morty, or even Steven Universe. That would be so sick. Just being in the cartoon, that would be great.
It would be so cool. Somebody said, "What if you were in Dragon Ball?"
What if I was in Dragon Ball? Obviously, I would want to be a Saiyan, but if I couldn't be a Saiyan, I guess I would be okay being like, what are they, like the gods of destruction, like Beerus or something? That would be pretty cool. I'd be okay with that.
Awesome. I love that. It literally came to me the other day. I'm like, that's such a cool question. Like, it's probably something you've never thought of before.
Oh man, yeah, I could get really nerdy with it, but yes, I would totally be like a bard like character. I would be the always singing a guitar, just something like that.
Okay, so that's all the questions that I have. So now's the part of the show where you're going to perform for us. So take it away, Nelson.
Let's see. What do I want to play for you guys? All right, first of all, can y'all hear this?
Put your hands up if you can hear them.
That's right, yeah. Let me see.
Put whatever emoji you want, but yeah.
All right, then. Well, I think I'm going to do... Well, let's start off with something chill. just some colors, hair, some skin. Guys are shouting us with moments unforgettable. You twist a bit more than all I need. In darkness, she is all I see. So come and rest your bones with me. Darling, slowly on a Sunday, I never leave. Fingers trace your every outline. Paint a picture with my pen. Back and forth, sway like branches in a storm. Just where the first goes together when it ends. That's all I need. In darkness, she is all I see. So come and rest your bones with me. Driving slowly on a Sunday morning, I never want. Oh, Sunday morning.
Yay! That was amazing. Such a beautiful version of Sunday Morning.
Thank you. It's fun to take songs and mess them up like that.
Yeah, but it's cool because it's not like the original way that Adam Levine had written it. It's your own little spin.
That was something, if Adam Levine was on the show when I voted up, that might have been one of the songs I tried to do just to get his attention.
Yeah, totally.
Always something that they wrote and like, hey, how do you feel about this?
Yeah. So, guys, well, before the next one, how was the sound on that? Someone said that the sound was cutting in and out. It kind of cut in and out on my end as well. You're on what? Are you on Wi-Fi?
I'm totally on Wi-Fi.
You're on Wi-Fi. Okay, just want to make sure you're good, just because the audio on my end you were cutting out a little, and I think on their end you were cutting out a little, but I just want to make sure we're good.
You want me to try to like log out and come back?
Cutting out, but he's not cutting out now. No, you're not cutting out now. I think you should be good. I heard most of it, but it was kind of in and out throughout the.
All right, then. Well, this is, like I said, you gotta be. I'm working on so many different gadgets. I just haven't figured out how to integrate them with my phone. Done a lot of stuff, and I don't know how to integrate them on my laptop yet. I'm learning pieces of software. So this next one is this is a looper song. This is difficult. There's no room for error when you're doing looper stuff, so forgive me. First things first, just time to say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, way that things have been. Oh, second second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea, oh. The master of my sea, oh. I was broken from my young age, right in my soaking. The master's right in my boy. You who looked at me, took to me, singing me, feeling from heartache. From the pain, singing the message. From the pain, singing my message. From the brain, singing the beauty. Pain, you made me a believer, believer. Pain, you break me down, build me a believer, believer. Pain, oh let the bullets fly, oh let them rain. My love, my God, that keep growing. Pain, you made me a believer, believer. There are things that pray to the ones up above. All the hate that you try to turn your spirit to know. The spirit up above. I was joking, the crowds falling like ashes to the ground, falling like ashes to the ground. Top of my feelings, they were drowned, but they never did, ever lived up and throwing it in up in the rain down. It rains down like rain. You made me a believer, believer. Rain, you break me down, you did me a believer, believer. Rain, oh let the bullets fly, oh let them rain. My love, my God, they keep rolling. Rain, you made me a believer, believer. First things first, say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, the way that things have been. Oh.
Yay! The chat was blowing up. That was phenomenal. I mean, that song in itself, Believer, for those of you that don't know, by Imagine Dragons, is such a cool song. And for you to put your spin on it is just, I love when you do, I guess, a remix of the song. Like when you played me Billie Jean the other day, I was just like blown away. Or when you said that somebody came up to you and was like, I never liked the song Daughters by John Mayer, but you played it and made me a believer.
I can mess with people's songs. It's just so much fun to rearrange things and see if people can still recognize. I love
Exactly. Thank you guys so for all the love in the chat. The chat is blowing up. Everyone's clapping for you and hearts and all that good stuff. So we're gonna open up the room to questions for Nelson. So put him in the chat. He's ready for them. We're ready.
Yeah, let me answer some fan questions. What y'all I can see stuff.
It's okay if you can't see, I'll read them to you. It's cool.
I'm just gonna riff until we get something.
I'm fine with that. Where do you want to play post-pandemic?
Where do I want to play pandemic? Pretty much everywhere. I am not picky. I just like playing for people. I think I will. If I don't have a venue, I'll just walk around my guitar and play because I like playing. I would love to play at specific venues. I mean, I want to do outside of California. I want inside of California. I want to play bars. I want to play like you know, like the bigger venues. I want to do stadiums. I mean, everywhere. Like
Put
my
it out there.
and
Put it out there because the world will eventually open, and we want to put that into the universe. Have you ever played in New York before?
I mean, yeah, actually, I have. I mean, it's something that I want to do officially,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh my God, all the places in New York. I've
So many places.
world. One of my best friends in the world lives in New York, and I remember I'm playing guitar. Like, we walked around Manhattan and all the places, but no, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go back up in the chat. Someone wants to says Nelson, how are you?
How am I? I'm alive. I am trying not to beat myself too much over lyrics and not writing them as fast as I want to, but I will say this. Every day I have come up with either more lines or more like music stuff. So I'm making like all of the people that know me, like I've been making like beats and like a lot of music. I've been like I said, I've been making myself. So I've got all of these, you know, I've got like my little controller, my keyboard, all of this stuff, and it's overwhelming at first, but you know, you bite off the bits and pieces that you can chew, and then you just keep going. So I've got like a dozen tracks that I'm working on right now, and that's on top of older things that I'm working on. I have so much half-finished music. I've got like two, maybe three originals that I feel like are actually done. So things are in progress, but I'm just trying to write the lyrics. That's where I'm stuck at.
Mm-hmm. But lots of new stuff coming your way as far as music.
Absolutely. Like more than, I probably have more than 2.5 albums worth of stuff that is like in the works. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you have a date that you think it's going to be released?
Oh man, I want to say no because that's the safest answer. It's a weird burn. Even if everything was done, not all of that, not a release date. Even if everything was done, a release date wouldn't completely be up to me. There's a lot of other powers that have to get involved. So I'm honestly still writing things right now.
Definitely. So stay tuned to Nelson because lots of good music coming our way for it. Somebody asked, can you play classical guitar?
Classical guitar, thanks. You know what? Because of how I was trained in classical music and how much I appreciate the art form, I'm just gonna play it safe and say I have been trained. Like I can play random riffs and what. But I know too much about classical music to say that counts. So I couldn't.
So I would say yes to classical guitar then. Right?
That works. I can play piano. I still remember some Chopin and Beethoven and Mozart and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yes, I love it. Someone asked, do you do Chris Cornell? Do you play Chris Cornell?
Chris Cornell. I know the name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the YouTuber that I think is hilarious. He does the videos where like somebody's talking and he plays like chords underneath them to match, and he has all these other kinds of videos out. I don't think I've been introduced to his music. I just watch his YouTube channel, but I really like him. I like him a lot.
So Chris Cornell was the lead singer of Soundgarden.
Soundgarden! Oh my god, I can't believe I messed that up. Hold up.
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. Do you do any Soundgarden though?
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguise as no one knows. Hide the face lies the snake, and the sun is my disgrace. In my shoes, summer sweat, neath the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you again. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? prodigal son, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Yes, I love Soundgarden. Oh my god, I can't.
Yes. Incredible voice, just such an incredible musician. So thank you, Rebecca, for requesting Chris Cornell. Okay, if you could play any instrument in addition to the ones you already play, what would you want to play or learn?
What would I want to play or learn? There is a, for lack of a better term, there's this one troll instrument there that I really learned. I think it starts with an R. I don't know the name of it. It is a contactless instrument. You don't touch it, and it makes sound, and it is such a weird thing. And
wait, what's it called?
It starts with an R, and I couldn't tell you. I wish I could remember what it's called, but I would love to play that just because of the sheer novelty of. I mean, it's weird. It's like you do. I want to say it's electronic. I don't know how it works, but like your hands kind of just wave around and they don't touch anything, and it makes noise. It is.
Oh my gosh, I
So
am not familiar with this, but when you find out what it is, let me know, because I'm like, now I'm interested.
It's very cool. Like I said, I'm a physics nerd, so like stuff. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Okay.
Wait. I think somebody posted it. What was it? The theremin. Yes, that's exactly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said, will you release original music? Yep. Can you play Ashes of Soma?
Ashes of Soma. Oh my God, who posted that?
Grade Development Group. Who's Grade Development Group? Who is
Great.
that?
That's my boy. So, Ashes of Soma is a band that I like, and it's funny because I don't think I've like gone on record saying this. I listened to them like way back in high school. I couldn't tell you how I got into them.
Yeah.
Great. Actually, I'm not going to put all this business out there, but I will say this. The band itself reached out to me, which was
cool.
Really crazy. I heard one of their songs called "The Game" because I love the song and it's really cool. I think I covered it like I want to say 4 years ago, and somehow the band found it, and they're like, "Whoa, this is cool!" And this is like they found it after I was on the vocal. They came, they reached out to me, and we had a little stint where we were riding together, and then life hit me upside the head, and everything got turned upside down. So I am going to continue with them, but I wonder if I can. I haven't played it in a long time. I have to relearn it, but if you haven't listened to it, it's called "The Game" by Ashes of Soma. It's like hard rock stuff. They're very good at what they do, and there's a reason why I like them so much. And, man, if I don't butcher it because I haven't played it in a minute. And they have really cool progressions too. And like BS it for lack of a better. But yes, they're really cool.
Ashes of Soma. Okay, cool. Who else is? Hold on, I'm just looking. There's a lot of people in the chat. The Thurman, got to be the Thurman. So talented. Okay, hold on a second. Any more questions for Nelson? I guess while we're waiting, tell people where they can find you. Obviously Instagram, because we're on Instagram, but everywhere, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. Just plug everything.
Yeah, first of all of my handles are pretty much just my name. You don't have to do anything crazy to find me. If you search Nelson Cade III, you will find me most active on Instagram. I have a few videos on my YouTube. There are a lot of videos about me on YouTube. You can find me on, I had to make a lot of stuff, so I am not used to being active on everything just yet. That is something I'm working on. I have been coming into my own with learning how to post and all these things, so I will be better with, like, I'm on Twitter, but nowhere near as active as I should be. I'm working on that, getting there.
I know, it's like when you have like all these different things like TikTok and Twitch and Instagram and Facebook and this, and it's like, and then Spotify, it's like mind-blowing to be on all these platforms and then post once or twice a week because you're just trying to keep up. So like, I trust me, I get it because it's too much to keep up with.
The craft is like right here, so I spend a lot of time to learn stuff for this. It's hard to like make videos and edit videos and do all of the memes and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I love memes. I laugh way too much at memes. Oh my God. But
Yeah, totally.
yeah, I'm working on all that. But yeah, if you were to search me on anything, it would just be my name, Nelson Cade III. I think that usually I'm doing the number, not the Roman numeral. So yeah, that's me.
Somebody asked, do you have a keyboard at your home?
I do. I have a keyboard now, and I'm really happy about it. I have been using it to write lots and lots and lots of different things. In fact, I hope this doesn't come back to haunt me, but I've actually been, remember how I said, we have to get creative during this time of the pandemic because we can't go out and everything? So
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of like Omegle videos, and I'm trying to edit things, but like I'll go on and I'll like sing to strangers, and it's really cool because like I'll have it so like that you can't see my face in the camera, so I'm just some random dude, and when I'll play you a song, and they're like, "Wow, that was really good." I'm like, "Thanks, hi, I'm Nelson from Team Legend." And they're like, "Oh my God!" It's a lot of fun because it's nice being able to play for people. My whole thing. That's what I like. So it's fun. So yeah, you might see me on Omegle. You might see me honestly, you might see me on anything. But I can't keep how many people will like post it somewhere else.
Yeah. So I guess in the next month or two, do you have any Instagram lives coming up? Do you have any like Twitch performances? Do you have anywhere like people can see you? Like the last girl I interviewed, she was doing a drive-in show, which people didn't even think of this before pandemic, but now that's like a thing.
Yeah, probably something I'm gonna do when I get back to California. So right now, I'm actually on the East Coast. I'm going to be. I say this word, but I don't want the connotation to get messed up. I'm on tour. Right. It's very COVID friendly and COVID healthy. We're not doing it to put anyone in danger, but it's a lot of touch and go. We have to see what places are open, what places are taking things seriously. It's difficult to advertise because things change quickly. So,
of course, depending on what area of the country you're in, it's like, what's the next hotspot? Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing that, and it's an East Coast-based thing for the next month. So I was in Delaware last week, in Baltimore now. I know that I'm supposed to be in Philly. I would like to hit New York, so venues in New York, hit me up.
Putting it out there, any New York venues, please reach out to Nelson.
Please. I am over here for like September and October, and if I have good reason to stay here, I will be staying here a little bit longer. So
yeah.
New York hit me up, Pennsylvania hit me up, Philly hit me up. I'm trying to do New Jersey as well. I would be really happy with going down to Atlanta, maybe even further south. I'm just, as long as everything is safe, I am accumulating a lot of different gigs and venues. It's just, we have to be flexible with who can do what, when, where, and how.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. The world is ever changing, and we're just trying to keep up. Okay, a lot of people just joined the past 5 or so minutes. Welcome, guys, for those of you who just joined. Somebody wants to know what your favorite guilty food pleasure is.
My guilty food. Okay, first of all, none of that weakness. I'm not guilty about what I eat. I love food. I love sushi. I'm trying to think of something that would be guilty, like maybe it's like super high in fats or something. Okay, I have a sweet tooth. I eat entirely way too much sugar, and I love dessert. And one of the best desserts I've ever had was it's a Vegas food. Like when I go to Vegas, everybody's like gambling studios, and I'm like restaurants. So the food in Vegas is insane. I don't care what you imagine, you can eat it there. And beef Wellington by Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, woo! Gordon holds a very special place in my heart.
Same. Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. I will eat that every time I go to Vegas. And the sticky toffee pudding is probably top 3.
What pudding?
Sticky toffee pudding might be in my top 3 best desserts of all time. I love that.
Is that at Gordon's restaurant?
Yeah, that's what I have to help me finish the beef Wellington.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, anything Gordon touches. If Gordon's name is behind it, if it's a Gordon recipe, if it's a Gordon restaurant, it's good because
and then
he knows his stuff.
Cheesecake, which is that'll catch up to you quickly, but I love cheesecake. No, I'm not apologizing. about it. I don't. I'm not guilty at all. My favorite cheesecake. I'm gonna eat it. I love cheesecake.
Have you tried Junior's cheesecake?
No, I'm unfamiliar with. I'm so used to like Cheesecake Factory, or if there's like a, I have friends that like, oh, they throw it down in the kitchen. So I have friends that make me, and I have Cheesecake Factory. I don't know what Junior's is.
So Junior's Cheesecake is based in New York, and I don't know, what are we talking, 10 years ago when Diddy had Making the Band, he made the people from Making the Band walk over from Manhattan over the Brooklyn Bridge to Junior's Cheesecake to get him a slice of cheesecake. Like, they had to do that.
Wow.
So they walked from Manhattan to Brooklyn to get this cheesecake. And, you know, if people live in New York, they're familiar with Junior's Cheesecake, but they also sell it in some supermarkets. So even if you're not based in New York, you could still probably go on their website and be like, where can I get Junior's Cheesecake? But it's life-changing. And yeah, it depends on, I'm trying to think of like where they would sell it. Like, they have it in Wegmans, but it depends on where you're based, because Wegmans is not all over the country. They had it in my supermarket in Queens, just random. But yeah, Junior's Cheesecake is so good.
Okay.
So good.
The venues in New York need to reach out to me. That goes like triple time now. If there's like this life-changing cheesecake, I need more reasons to go. Like,
Junior's, yes, Junior's. Okay, so there's really good food in New York, but there's also not so great food in New York. But definitely, when you come to New York, Junior's Cheesecake is where it's at. And if there's people in the chat that have had Junior's Cheesecake, please put your hands up, because there's people in this chat that are related to me that have had Junior's because of me. So
all right, cool. I'm ready.
Okay, so there's a music question. It says, have you experimented with other guitar tunings?
What are my guitar tunings? I play it almost all the time because I want to be that guy that feels like he mastered standard before he goes to things. But every once in a while, I'll play drop D. When I first started playing guitar, I did, oh geez, what's it called? I want to say like resonant tuning. It's I couldn't tell you what the actual strings are, but I had to learn this one tuning for one song that I really liked. It's a really underrated Disney movie. Do y'all remember Treasure Planet? It had, I mean, Treasure Planet was just good for on a lot of levels, but it's amazing. And there was one song called Jim's Theme that I learned, and I used to play it a lot, and the tuning was like super weird. I mean, we're talking like Goo Goo Dolls weird tuning. And yeah. I tried to do it in standard, and to this day, I feel like in standard I have a decent version, but it doesn't the way the weird version. I'm sorry, the real does it. So usually, though, I'm in standard or drop D.
Awesome. So does anybody else in this chat have questions for Nelson? Nelson, do you want to play again for us?
I mean, I'm down. I'm always playing.
I was like, he's so down.
Yeah, a little clip. Do we get any questions yet?
Awesome. Someone said, is it true Nelson is a classically trained pianist? And
it is true. I did classical lessons, then I went to a performing arts school where I did like 8 hours of piano practice for several years, because that's like the regimen that we had to do. Then I did more classical piano in college, and then I switched majors like 5 times. Yeah, I did a lot of classical piano instruction.
Awesome. Awesome. Any questions for Nelson? Put them up. We are ready. He is ready.
see something real quick. Sorry, I had to go.
No, you're good. Oh, so I think we talked about this earlier, but who is your favorite classical composer?
My favorite classical composer was, and probably always is going to be Chopin. Oh, Friedrich. He is amazing. I love the things that he's left behind in his life. I learned so much about him, and I've done countless reports on his life because of how interesting it was to me. I like all of his nocturnes. I love his waltzes. I love my favorite classical piece of all time is probably Chopin's. I think it's his first ballade. It's either the first or the second ballade. I believe it's in E flat, either in E flat or G. I could hum it. I could play it like, but it's one of those pieces that when you're done listening to it, you just want to sit there and be still. There's not a lot of people that really do that to me, and I really enjoy that because, like I said, stillness is not something that musicians tend to enjoy. We move too fast. So when music itself can make me be still and appreciate that, that's really moving.
Right. Okay, next question is Ovation your favorite guitar brand?
Is Ovation my favorite guitar brand? So this is an Ovation, and I love this thing. Oh my goodness. I've been playing Ovations for more than years. I'd have to say, yeah. I haven't had a lot of chances to play a lot of different other kinds of guitars. I remember when I was buying a beginner guitar. Actually, no, I don't think I bought. A Yamaha was given to me. I started on that. I loved it. You know, guitar. They do a very good job. So I remember when I was buying my guitar, you know, once I felt like I was ready to, you know, get into my own, I was in Guitar Center. I remember like different things. I see this guitar with this strange curved back kind of shape, like this curved back, and it looks so unique and different, and it catches my eye. So I pick it up, sit down, and it just kind of right into position. And I feel like a lot of people, it's one of those all or nothings. Like, this guitar either works for you better than I think any other guitar is going to ever work for you, or maybe you're just not feeling it. But for me, it couldn't have been more perfect. It felt perfect. It slipped right in, and I mean, sound-wise, I love. They have such a brilliance to them. It's like mellow, and they have really good like low tones too. Their bass is actually really nice. It's just I feel like you can do a lot with innovation. So I've really favored these guitars for a very long time.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have some crazy stories.
I do too. I have two siblings. Are you oldest, middle, youngest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay.
I'm not going to dwell on it, but I have two siblings. So I have a younger sister, and I had a younger brother that passed. So a young brother, I should say. So my little sister is one of my favorite people in the world. I'm so proud of the young me, and she is always going to be the person that never lets me get a big head. Let me tell you something about my little sister. She roasts me like no one's business. No, but my little roasts me. Oh man, she's brutal, but I love her.
Would you do a heavy metal cover?
Would I do a heavy metal cover? Oh man, somebody knows that I listen to metal. Yeah, I can't imagine singing it only because I don't know how to scream. Like, I feel like if I tried hard enough, I could, but I don't want to like mess myself up. If I were to do a heavy metal cover, oh geez, what would I would try to go for like some, I don't know. I mean, Godsmack would be really fun.
Yes, Godsmack. Or Metallica, maybe?
Metallica would work. I'd be cool with that. Or you know what? What's that? I don't know if that counts as metal. everything. That'd be crazy. I'm trying to think of that band. It's called.
Wait. Well, yeah, I know that song, but I'm trying to think of who that is.
I can't think of the name. It's escaping me. I want to say Three Doors Down, but
no, it's I know who it is. Hold on a second.
No matter how I try, like that kind of stuff. But I can't think of who
I can't either. I mean, I know this song, but I can't think about it. It's not coming to me. But guess what? As soon as I hop off of this, it's gonna be like, yes. Someone said, "What venue would you like to play?"
I mean, my dream venue was probably always going to be, I think it's called Wembley. I hope that's not the name. It's either Wembley or Wimbledon. I get them messed up. But there's a famous one in London, and it's the place where the Muse played that one time where I fell in love with them.
The O2.
Say again?
The O2?
If that's what it's called. I'm horrible with
Is it like one of those, like, it's a big like stadium arena, right?
It's like a super stadium, and it's where some of the biggest artists ever have played. It's like we're all the great entertainers, not just musicians. Right. The greatest entertainers on this stage, and I would love to do that. Like,
is there a reason London is calling to you? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, actually. I got to get out of the country exactly one time, and I went to Italy, and it was life-changing. It was amazing. I experienced so much there, and it's kind of funny. On our way back, I had a really long layover, like I want to say more than 24 hours in London. So we got to just get out the terminal and just spend the day. And it was super impromptu. It wasn't like I didn't expect it at all. It was just like a vacation, and London was glorious. I mean, we saw Harlem, we saw the castle, we saw Big Ben, we saw. I mean, I feel like we were just in a car driving everywhere the whole time. Yeah. Right. I would love to just be there. I really had a good time. There's so many different times about Europe in general that I really enjoy. I think I would enjoy my time there for a very long time.
Yeah, that's so cool because just like Europe, there's so many different people and places and things and just the way that they do things, right? And it's so much more different than how we do things in the States.
Like okay, the craziest thing that I remember when we were there is like when you're in the United States, we see distance a totally different way. Like Californians, driving from like Orange County to, San Francisco, that's not a fun drive. That's like your day.
No.
I mean,
no.
That's like driving from New York to like Washington D.C. It's
a lot.
So when you're over in Europe, like you can be in Italy and then take a train to like 3 other countries. Like
it's so cool.
Everything is so, I don't want to say compact because there's still a lot of land, but it's like, you're never really going to go from country to country in the United States. You might go from state to state, but it's still America. Like you can go from Italy to France or Switzerland or just all these different places. Just like everything's like around the corner. And it's insane to me that you can just be immersed in totally different cultures that fast. And I love that.
Totally. Someone wants to know, have you composed your own classical piece?
Oh, wow. Actually, yes, I have. I had to write a sonata for, art school. And it was on piano. I didn't play guitar at the time of my life. And it was based off of the 4th act of Romeo and Juliet, the Shakespeare story. And it was really cool. I remember I imagined it as a movie and like a piano sonata as the score. So I had the chase scene, and I'm trying to remember exactly. It's been a while since I've read Romeo and Juliet, but I had like a scene where they're rushing to the graveyard where Juliet is buried, and then there's the fight scene between Romeo and Paris. So I saw that, and then there's the tragic realization at the worst time ever. So I wrote all of that and it was sonatas. So I had the capitulation and I had the resolution. It was really fun. I had a good time with it. But I think that's the only classical piece written.
Mm-hmm. Somebody wants me to ask you your nickname.
Oof, that's got to be someone related to me. Yeah.
Miss Jackson?
My nickname is Taz, as in Tasmanian Devil, because I was the most hyper child. Oh, and I did not grow up to be any mellower. I just learned how to act right. But as a child, I had two speeds, fast and faster. That was pretty.
Right. But that takes you far. Like, you have to have that drive. Like, as a kid, it's like I was the same way. But then, like, as an adult, you're able to channel that energy into something creative and something amazing. So there's nothing wrong with being too hyper. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, let me see. What anime are you watching right now?
What anime am I watching right now? I'm currently watching My Hero Academia because I don't know, man. It got me. I want to finish One Punch Man, but they're not releasing anything in this country.
That's probably another reason you want to go overseas, right?
Yeah, there's like different shows in different stages. And I mean, I'm just going to read the subtitles anyway, so I don't care what language like the actual audio is in. Actually, that's not true. I want it to be in Japanese. I love listening to Japanese. Oh man, what else am I watching? I'm probably going to end up rewatching Full Metal Alchemist again because that's like one of my favorite animes. But yeah, I watched Avatar: Last Airbender again. That's got to count as anime because it was just so good. Yeah.
Do you listen to hip hop?
Do I listen to hip hop? I have been introducing myself to hip hop. It is not something that I grew up listening to, so I am like taking baby steps into this giant of an art form.
Oh, of course.
I'm not well versed at all. I love listening to like Joyner Lucas. I love Hobson. I like Dax. I like oh man. I'm trying to think of like older stuff. Like I always, to this day, I still have a hard time between like where does it stop being hip hop and start being R&B and vice versa. Like
Yeah.
I've listened to, I can't even say a lot of stuff. I'm really kind of entering into that lane, so to speak.
Well, if you are going to listen to hip hop, I would recommend 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. If it's within the last like 10 years, I wouldn't consider it to be hip hop. But like when you think of like Nas and Jay-Z and 50 and like I'm sure other people can like say other rappers that like are legendary, like Method Man is legendary, Redman. There's just so many amazing rappers, but they're not active as of the last like 5 to 10 years. So if you need a good hip hop playlist, I definitely have one of those for you on Spotify. So if you're interested.
I've been wanting to listen to like Jay, like one of like the more ludicrous like that.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see if there's any other. Check out Legend of Korra if you haven't already.
Who you think he's going to watch Legend of Korra? Actually, you know what? Hold up. I haven't seen the last season. Oh my god, that's right. I stopped at what's his face? The I can't remember his name. The bad guy airbender, because he was terrifying. That was a really scary bad. I need to watch one. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen the last. It's on Netflix now, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Whoever's Pinot Man 101, is it on Netflix? I'm really not sure. So. Also, someone wants to know, do you have any original music available?
So I think that one of my originals is on my SoundCloud. I made this SoundCloud a long time ago where it was the extent of software and hardware that I had. So it's a really humble recording, but it's completely my own. It's called Home. If you were to search my name on SoundCloud, you'd be able to find it.
Okay.
That's something that's available. Like I said, I have like 2 or 3 songs that I would consider finished. Home is one of them. I have something else called Point B that I would consider finished. And there's other ones. It's like second verse curse. I'm so close to being, but I just need to get a verse. I have every other verse. I've got the chorus. I've got a bridge and then an outro if I need it. I don't have a second verse. So but once everything is all said and done and everything's mixed and mastered, best believe I will be putting it onto Spotify and iTunes, everything.
Good.
can't wait to see how people react to things. I've had
that'll be so amazing. You're gonna have to like let everyone know on social so we can keep following your journey.
I've grassroots upbringing,
I know, definitely. Somebody says point B, sing it now, please.
Point B, sing it now. I'm down. This is one of my originals that I actually consider finished. See, I look back at my life, you know what I see staring back at me. A little boy with his hopes, his head full of dreams, what they did to me. See, I remember back then, I want to be all that, maybe a little bit more. So my spirit rose up, but my heart fell in as I walked through the door. So back then, I know I wanted to be, but how to get there, that's life's mystery. It's like being outlaw on the sea. So somebody tell me how to get from point A to point B. To point B. Somebody. It's not the present or the past that justify me. It's the journey between. You better have the sky, put it on the ground, the knuckles are rising, go look around, cause things are not what they seem. So back then, I know I wanted to be, but how to get there, that's life's mystery. It's like being out lost on the street. So somebody tell me how to get from point A to point B. Back then, I know I wanted to be, but how to get there, that's life's mystery. It's like being out lost on the sea. So somebody tell me how to get from point A to point B. Somebody tell me how. Somebody tell me.
Yay! So beautiful. So Nelson, they're trying to cut me off. It says 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining. So I just want to thank everyone for joining me. Nelson, thank you. This was such a fun time, fun conversation, beautiful music. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful to you and your manager for allowing me to do this. Please follow Nelson on all platforms. Follow him. He has a lot of good stuff coming. Follow me. I am doing Vibin with Ashley Live and bringing amazing music to the forefront, people that deserve to be seen and heard and loved. And please support the people that I interview. Like I said, give Nelson a follow, give me a follow. And thank you so much. Have a great weekend, everyone. Nelson, so very grateful. Thank you for sharing your gift with us. And let's be in touch. And I can't wait to see you on the road when things get back to normal.
Right. Hopefully I'll be in New York. That would be really
Yes, you're coming to New York. We put it out there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. I'm looking forward to doing this again with you soon.
Nelson, thank you. You're welcome here anytime, and we will be in touch. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.